The aqueduct was a disaster for Owens Valley. The people who lived there lost almost all of their water. It became such a desolate place. It was a complete undoing of their livelihoods and their households and their families.
To the city and to Mulholland, this is terrorism. You are destroying the water supply for this major urban center.
6 months after the first attack, over 100 men seized the aqueduct control gates in Owens Valley, opened up the valves, and released the water onto the parched soil. They wouldn't restore the aqueduct flow, they said, until the city agreed to pay reparations and limit any further expansion of the project. By noon the next day, hundreds of men, women, and children had joined the siege, which had come to look more like a huge barbecue. Families came with picnics. Businesses up and down the valley closed for the occasion, and a group of musicians arrived, courtesy of movie star Tom Mix, who was shooting a Western nearby. The siege lasted 4 days, long enough to make news around the world. To Mulholland's annoyance, much of the coverage presented the settlers' actions as a noble struggle against the corruption and power of Los Angeles.
It became known in the press as the Little Civil War. And it was intense, and it was violent.
There are multiple layers of irony here. When the settlers of the Owens Valley came in the 1850s and 60s, they displaced the northern Paiute people, the native people who lived in the Owens Valley.
Before contact, the Paiutes' homeland had stretched across 30 million acres of the western interior. Although most preferred a nomadic lifestyle, one group settled in Owens Valley, where the snowmelt coming off the Sierra Nevada mountains provided a reliable source of water.
The Paiutes there, they were building irrigation canals going back to 1000 AD. So they could take the runoff from the backside of the Sierra Nevada, and they could grow different types of indigenous crops. Of course, during the conquest, there's an influx of white Americans to the West Coast. For the Owens Valley Paiute in particular, there's tension over kidnapping of Paiute children and other types of really atrocious things. And there's a series of wars. In the long run, it's the Paiute who are removed from their ancestral lands as the settlers come there and basically take over the irrigation system that the Paiutes had built 1,000 years before.
So what the settlers did to native people, the city of Los Angeles is in a sense doing to them and taking the water away.